Nice, not bad. A little bit more room in our backpack, and now we have a netherite backpack. Um, we can go ahead and just get rid of this thing. This is an axe that breaks that. We'll throw it in here. And hello there. Welcome to Seaopolis. Yes, so we have been AFK for a little while here at the base, and of course now is when everything wants to lag. I don't know why. We've been messing around and recording things for past clips and past episodes, but if you look, we have 568 diamonds. We have, what does it say? 301 prosperity shards. Things are coming in. We have a bunch of netherite. We have thousands of these guys here. We have set up a drawer with 2600 uranium. And this guy is full of power and just cooking. The seeds that we set up and got going in the last episode, we're gonna need to revamp the power situation here because these guys are getting power, but they're not maintaining power, and I have more than enough power. So I think there's an issue with the universal cable here that we're using. And what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to get a universal cable just pumping ether and water, and then potentially get an energy pipe and then an item pipe. But that is a future problem. For now, there are a few things that I want to work on in today's episode. So I've gone ahead and bookmarked a few things because our armor situation is pretty dire in my opinion. We can now make a bunch of diamond armor. We could netherite it up. We could use the books that we have to make it better, but I think there is a better way using mystical agriculture. Now, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves here, but I think we're going to want some Supremium armor. If we look up the chestplate, the best that we can do in this game, there is some stuff from the Twilight Forest mod, which this fiery chestplate has 9 armor and 1.5 toughness. This has 8 armor and 3 toughness, plus 10% knockback resistance, which is really good. That's what a netherite chestplate has. This chestplate has 10 armor and 3 toughness. No knockback resistance, but it is better than diamond. Diamond is 8 and 2, this is 10 and 3, this is 8 and 3. No matter how we look at it, the chestplate, or the Supremium armor, is going to be better. This is 6 and 3, this is 8 and 3. So, the other cool thing about the Supremium armor set is we can put augments in it. So there is an unattuned augment, which is just prosperity shards and iron, and then you can do things like boost your attack. You can have flight. You can have strength, health boost, wither resistance, things like that. The wither resistance we're probably not going to do because I think we're going to automatically kill the wither. So, with this being said, I'm going to delete that one. The attack AoE, we have to do them in tiers. So this is the tier 3. This is, well, that was tier 5, tier 4, tier 3, tier 2, so on and so forth, right? This one is going to require 4 Nether Stars. This is going to require just some basic materials that we have, and this is going to require Wither Skulls, which we have the Wither Skulls. And this one we actually have to go through all of the attunements and some golden apples. So that's easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. The thing that we are going to need is this guy right here, the tinkering table from Mystical Agriculture. This is its own little crafting table. So I think what we'll do is we will grab, I think it's this guy right here. Yep, Solium Dust, and we will grab ourselves a bunch of stone. And we should be able to make ourselves a tinkering table. So let's take a look at this thing, right? This is where we make the augment slots. Ooh. Locked. Oh no, this is done in the infusion crafting. The tinkering table is utilized to put the augments, let's say this augment, I believe to put this on there, we need the tinkering table. Aha, that's right, that's right. This is to do that. We are learning. I did make apparently a second mystical agriculture book, which has the tinkering table here. Tinkering table is used to add augments to essence tools and essence armor. That's all it says on there. Again, that's not a big deal, right? So one of the things that we're going to need to do before we get to the augments is we're going to need to kill some withers. And to do that, I think we're going to want to make this tinted glass. It's a glass block designed to prevent light, tough enough to withstand withers. If we use this along with the, I think it's the mob slaughter factory. No, this creates pink slime, so it's not this one. Plant gatherer, block breaker. There's another one in here. There's the mob slaughter factory, mob detector, mob crusher. Yes, this guy. This guy is what we need. Which I do not think that we have made one of these yet. Doesn't look like it. Ugh. I gotta make another advanced machine frame. Which is fine. Which is fine. But this guy is what we're going to want to make to kill the wither. We're going to want some tinted glass, and then with the with that, we're going to want an add-on. I don't know what tier range we are going to need, but I think we can set up a little bit of a deal. Maybe just up here in the base, actually. Maybe over there, where the fisher is, since it's an unused area, or maybe over here behind the smeltery. I think that can be pretty good. So, typical modded fashion, we have to go down a rabbit's hole of crafting. So, just for one piece of armor, we're going to need these Supremium gemstones and the Supremium ingots. These are pretty easy to make. It's 2 pieces of Supremium with a Prosperity gemstone, which is 4 Prosperity shards around a diamond. The Prosperity ingot is the same thing. It's just a Prosperity ingot with Supremium essence. And the Prosperity ingot is this, and I meant to say the Supremium ingot, but we have to make 2 per tier. So if we're making the Imperium helmet, we have to make 2 Imperium gemstones and 2 Imperium ingots, 2 Tertium, 2 Prudentium, and 2 Inferium around a diamond armor. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make a diamond armor. With that being said, we are going to make a bunch of these. Which I did this wrong already. We don't have a lot of prosperity shards, so we need to be real careful. But we have Supremium, we have Imperium, Tertium, Prudentium, and Inferium. That is 5 tiers, which means I'm going to need 10 gemstones per suit, which means I'm going to need 40 of these. But we're going to start with 10, okay? And we're going to start with 10 of these guys. I might actually have to do more sifting. Okay? So now that we have that done, what we can do is we're going to need 2 of these. Right? We are going to need 2 of these. Like so. We should then be able to... Oh, I made 1 extra, but that's fine. We should then be able to... silly goose. There we go. Now we should be able to take this along with this and make our Inferium helmet. And then it is literally just a rinse and repeat. I messed up one of these, but we are going to need the next section, this guy right here. so on and so forth, till we get to the Supremium Armor, which has a nice, not only does it have a nice armor and toughness, but like I said before, we can bring this up to an even better thing, putting these augments in it, and I believe that we can even enchant it. So, with doing this, let's get this thing up to the tier that we need, which the next tier should be Imperium. We're going to need just a little bit more Imperium, which is fine. And then we are going to need one more Prosperity Ingot because we goofed. Again, that's not a huge problem. It will become a bigger problem when we start getting low on our resources. So there's that. There's that. Last but not least, we're going to need ourselves a little bit of Supremium. And we might as well just do that. We're going to need the 2 Prosperity deals and then the 2 Prosperity Ingots. Ugh. Which I goofed. Once again, it's fine. I don't know how I did that. I thought I was paying good attention. But there is our first set of armor. And let's take a look at this thing, because it looks cool, but it's pretty basic, right? Pretty easy, non-invasive helmet here. But I should be able to put this thing in here, and now it has unlocked a slot to where we can put an augment in here. And I believe that these are the amount of augments that we can put. Something along that line. So what I need to do is I need to first make a full set of diamond armor, and then we need to get it all the way up to the Supremium level, which is going to take some time. It's going to take some crafting, it's going to take a lot of prosperity shards, and hopefully we have enough to do that. Well, right now we are in the process of making machine frames. So I'm making the plates that I need, I'm making the gears that I need, because we're going to need a bunch of these machine frames to make the Mob Crusher and this, which is the Wither Builder. The Wither Builder is a pretty neat thing. We are going to have to kill ourselves a Wither before we can actually make this, but we feed this with the items that you need, and this will automatically build a Wither for you, provided you provide it with enough materials. We have plastic, we have Wither Skulls, we do not have Soul Sand, and eventually we're going to want to definitely get the Wither Seeds. This requires a Soul Jar and requires us to get the Wither. So we're going to want the Flight Augment first. So we're going to want to kill 4 or so Withers. But again, as I said, the first thing that we're doing is we're making these machine frames, because the Mob Crusher requires an advanced machine frame, which is all this stuff here with pink slime. And then the simple machine frame requires latex with all of these items here, so on and so forth. We have our latex here, and we have a little bit of pink slime somewhere. But yeah, and then the Wither Builder requires a Supreme. Ooh, with ether gas. I actually have ether gas, which is good. I think my Wither is no more right now. Yeah, I turned this on to peaceful. So we're gonna have, this has a little bit of latex left in it, which is good, so that we can make the pity machine frame and the other thing. But we do have all of our armor, so if we were to put this all on, we're looking rather snazzy. I believe so. But that's it. This armor really doesn't do anything until we start putting augments to it. Now, I do want to make a sword. the Supremium Sword, but I'm going to need 10 more gemstones and 10 more ingots. And I just don't have the prosperity shards. I have 50 left. I actually had to do some mining. We probably will have to make a bunch more overworld matter and get that going. But for the time being, we're just going to have to get ourselves set up so that we can make our machines. I'm actually running out of glass, so while I have some smelting up, let's take a look at this mob crusher. You can look at it, it has a working area in front of it of just 1x3. Oh, that's cool. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to make an add-on, and I think that this is the add-on that we need. We need a little bit of latex, we need some glass panes, and we need some lapis. So I think that'll be enough. What did we need? We need 2 redstone, 1, 2. And did I use all of my glass panes? I've used a lot of glass this go around, but let's go ahead and grab the glass shards from there, the glass shards from there. We should be able to turn this back into glass, which will then give us that. Perfect. Yep. I was worried about this having stuff in it, but it doesn't. So like this, and this will give us an add-on. We'll see if this one is big enough. If not, we will put another one in. It's not a big deal. Add-on in. It'll kill anything. So it spread it out 2 blocks this way. And we're now 4 blocks past the original. So this is doing a 5x5x3 cube. That's pretty good. I think that's going to work. I think that's going to work rather nice for killing the Wither. Now, I have less than a stack of Wither skulls because I made a Wither, had it in a stasis chamber, and it's just there. I do believe that the ether itself is not a finite resource. Like this thing, I don't think I can click on it and I can't really see what's going. I think the ether gets used in here after this is done. Like this has 200 processes and then it uses it. I'm not sure, but it is really easy for us to get ether gas again. We still have the stasis chamber and everything set up. So we will just have to pay attention to that. But anyway, what I think we're going to do... Oh, sewage, pyrolyzer, auto hammers, hardened glass. Yeah, none of that matters. What we're going to want to do is get ourselves the glass that we've been smelting and combine that up with some coal for the wither glass. Looks like we get 4 for every piece of glass, so that's going to give us exactly the 44 that we had. And we're definitely going to want to set up an area in which the wither is not going to get out, right? So we want something like that, and then we're going to want some temporary blocks to the point where I think this thing is totally encapsulated. Now, we are going to have to turn the mobs and stuff back on, but what I'm curious to see is, do we actually need the corners in this? You know? Like, am I going to need glass down here and in the corners, or am I going to get away with just having the glass like this? I don't know. This is all new to me, but we need to build a 3x3 room like a so. And we are going to be just shy of what we need for glass, which is no problem. And then we're going to need a way to get in there. we are going to need a way to get in there, and we're going to need a way to place the mob crusher there as well. I think we're going to put the mob crusher here. It should be facing in like that. If we put the add-on and we show working area, yes, it encapsulates the entirety of our cube that we're making. The items are then going to go into here, and we do have to provide this with power, which I actually have a flux point somewhere. I believe in one of these chests when I dumped all my stuff, because I cleaned my backpack out, I should have had a flux point. We got a flux block. There it is. There it is. Search feature is so nice. So yeah, we should be able to put this in there and then have this thing running. I'm not going to power it up just yet, because I don't want it hurting anything. But we have essence that's going to be collected potentially, and we can store that in a tank if we need to. And I think that's all we need to do outside of getting in there and building the first Wither. After we get our first Nether Star, we're going to create this guy, which is going to require some ether gas. I'm not 100% sure if I can bucket this in or not. I should have everything else I need. Netherites, no problem. Diamonds, no problems. And I have the advanced machine frame here. And then we don't have to do anything. That's the best part, right? So I need 9, 10 more of these glass. Oh, I'm missing some coal. Okay. Okay. All right, so this is going to be the moment of truth. I turned back the difficulty back on, which instantly I have a lot of lag. We are going to break out, and we are just going to kind of watch this bad boy. Unlike the Bedrock Wither, this thing doesn't explode, or I guess it does explode, but it did some damage. Look at that. We got a Nether Star. Oh no. So I was gonna say it doesn't explode upon its death, unlike the oh man. Unlike the Bedrock Wither, it's not going to explode upon a death, but it did explode during its initial build, which took this out. Looks like this wall got taken out. Looks like a block got taken out here. Yeah, we're going to have to fix that up, which shouldn't be too bad. And I think we're going to just need to grab the remainder of the glass and fill this cube completely in, right? And that should keep things from escaping, is what I'm thinking the problem is. And that's going to give us that clear glass. This is regular glass, so we're going to have to grab our clear glass, which we don't have a lot left, and fix this joint up. So as it turns out, you can bucket ether gas into the dissolution chamber. This thing still has 865 millibuckets in there. It's used to make the mycelial reactor. We can put it into a bucket, and the fluid encapsulator can take it as well. So outside of making the Supreme machine frame, which is used in making the Wither Builder, Metallurgic Mycelial Generator, the Halitosis Generator, Black Hole Tank, Nether Star Generator, Black Hole Controller, and the Black Hole Unit, which these are just extreme deep crafting. Black Iron Frame. Yeah. I guess we can leave it in here and potentially make more. The problem is I've only made one machine frame, So it's not gonna work. And the way to get it out, because it's in millibuckets like that, is we could put it into a tank so we don't lose it, or we can just break the machine and lose the gas, which isn't a huge problem. But there we have the Wither Builder. Very, very nice. Now, this thing, I'm not 100% sure if we need a add-on on this thing either, right? I'm pretty sure that it's going to build the Wither. Yeah. It's smart enough to build the Wither here, which is really, really nice. The only thing that we have to do then is give this thing power, give it soul sand, and we can actually decide where these items come into it from. So if we give this thing power, okay, and we give this thing 4 soul sand and 3 wither skulls, it's going to build us a wither, right? And hopefully now that this is a fully encapsulated box, none of my base will get destroyed because I have no more glass. Oh man, that was so perfect. Let me turn the working area off. There we go. Oh, nice. We are getting essence, which we might have to take this into a fluid trash can just to get rid of it. This is experience, right? Essence of knowledge. Here is the essence. We can use it to bottle it up into bottles of enchanting. We can turn it into buckets of enchanting. Same thing. It's all just experience, and I don't need this. I have a lot of it from the mob farm over here. I have 3 jumbo tanks of experience. So, to get more wither skulls, we're going to need wither essence. We're also going to need the blank skull, which is not a big deal. The wither essence is made from the wither skeleton seeds, which are made from wither skeletons in a soul jar. So I'm going to have to get to the nether and get these guys. And to do that, we're going to have to make this flight attunement augment. So I need 4 nether stars. So what I should be able to do is do this, and that's 1. Let this thing die and just keep doing this until I have enough wither skulls. Or nether stars, rather. And a little side note, we do get these guys, the Withering Soul, which, if you remember, we need these to make the Nether Star Crux, to use this on the bottom of the Nether Star seeds, right? Because we're actually going to need a couple of different things. We're going to need the Nether Star seeds right here, which are made with Nether Stars and Prosperity Shards, but they require the Crux. The Dragon Egg and the Nether Stars require a Crux. This requires 2 of these Withering Souls, and this requires some Dragon Scales, which are dropped by the Ender Dragon. These are 35% drop chance, and we have 1. So that's really, really good that we got that. Now, if you stand near this thing, you can take explosion damage, which I did. And I'm not wearing any armor, so it did some pretty decent damage to me. But all in all, that thing is pretty well solid. So what I need to do next is I should be able to create one of these unattuned augments. Like this. And then for the flight augment, we literally need 4 Supremium, 4 Nether Stars, and the augment itself. So there we go. There's our Supremium, easy to grab. Again, that's why I have that crafter crafting all of this stuff down into the craziness that it is. And the augment. And that should get us the flight attunement, or the flight augment. Oh, nice. So let's go see. I think we have to put this on the chest plate. Oh, I just pulled it out. Creative flight. We got creative flight. Nice, 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 nice. That is what I am talking about. Creative flight. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Um, so now that we have this, what I can do is I can grab my um flint and steel wherever it managed to end up. And we can go back to the nether with some soul jars. There's a flint knife. I know I had one. There it is. And we should be able to soul jar. This guy right here. We need soul glass, which is just glass around that. We're going to need 4 of these, so we're going to need 12 glass, right? Which I don't have 12 glass because I turned it all into tinted glass, and I don't think I can turn this back into... Nope, doesn't look like I can turn it back into anything. So, how much do I have up there? 5? That gives me 6. We can just do something like that for now. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and pack this away. Pack this away. Pack all of this away. And we're going to start breaking down some of this solium block over here so that we can make solium glass. I believe I have solium in here somewhere. Yep, right here is some solium dust. Very nice. And I believe we just got to capture the wither. I believe. I think we're going to need more than this 25. What? Why do I have 9? I'm 3 short? Ugh. Bad counting. But yeah, I believe we just need 4 of these, and we should be able to right-click on a wither, and we should be able to pick it up. Here very, very soon, I need to re-get set up my igneous extruders for cobblestone and sand and things like that, so we can start getting these materials back. It really sucks not having these things. Maybe even looking into I think it's called a material stonework factory. This guy right here. Ooh, we need a pink slime ball. We can do that. We can do that. We got a little bit of pink slime, but this guy right here, we can use it to make polished andesite bricks, yada yada yada. We can use it to make diorite, compressed diorite. Actually, I should look on this side. We can make andesite, we can make diorite, we can make cobblestone, and then we can variation the cobblestones that we make. We can turn it into gravel, we can turn it into sand, we can turn it into silicone. And I believe we can go even as far as turning it into, here's compressed gravel, cobblestone brick, compressed cobblestone, granite, and that's it. See, I believe we can take this sand. I thought we could even smelt it into glass. Maybe this won't let us? But that's okay. We can still use this to generate all the different materials as opposed to the igneous extruder. Well, I was wrong in the solium dust, which is made from the solium block, and this is made from, I'm sorry. The solium dust makes the solium block, and we get that from sifting crushed netherrack. That's how we got it. Or you can pulverize solium ore. What I need is actually soul dust, which is made by smooth soulstone, which is smelting soulstone, which is made by smelting soulstone cobble, which you can get in the cobblestone generating. You can also get it in the igneous extruder. Yeah. So I've got to run soulstone through a furnace twice. Ah. The whole reason that we're doing this is so that we can get wither skeleton skulls. We can get wither essence, and then use this to craft witherproof glass. We can use it to craft witherproof block, but more importantly, this guy right here, the wither skull. Um, and we're actually going to need to automate, it looks like, a soul dust in order to do this. That's really, that's kind of a pain. But it's still easier than going around and killing withers, or wither skeletons rather, in the nether. So, I guess this is what we're doing. Alright, here we are. And we do have the fortress and the bastion still waypointed up. Now, technically, if I wanted to, I could go into my journey map and we can go to waypoints. And where the fortress is, we can just teleport to it. Apparently that's a bad idea because you're getting shot at by blazes. But it's fine because what we need to do is we need to find these guys and try to get them in here without getting shot at too hard by the blazes, which are everywhere. And of course, we don't want our armor to break, which we're doing pretty good. So, how do we get you in here? Probably gonna need to put ourselves in a little bit of a safety house. Look at the baby wither. So cute. Yeah, we can't. There's a baby Enderman. Little dark, I'm sure, for you guys. I'm sorry. But I'm not sure if we need the Solium dagger. This guy? Or what? Not sure. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to go back home and get myself a Solium dagger, which is this guy right here. I guess? I don't know. Or, you know what? Let's look at it in the Mystical Agriculture book. Maybe this will tell us about soul jars. It will. Soul jars are used in combination with the Solium dagger to collect mob souls. Filled soul jars can be used to create resource crops for the corresponding entity. Soul jars can also be filled using mob drops with a soul extractor, so we definitely got to make the Solium dagger. To home we go. Pretty easy crafting recipe. This uses the Solium dust, which is this guy here, not the soul stone. So that made it relatively easy for us to do. And I believe, even though I redid the nether portal, I don't think we need to. I think that's why I originally took it down, is because I should be able to just teleport to the fortress like that, right? Straight from the overworld. So let's see if we can get this guy over here. And then Huh? Huh? So we gotta kill 8 withers with this Solium dagger. Oh my goodness. And fill up these soul jars. So that's what we're gonna be doing for a little while so that we can get ourselves no, I ain't even messing with that little dude. That little dude is super fast. I guess the Solium dagger's not terrible, but this thing could be a lot better, right? We could probably go put like sharpness on it or um not sharpness, we could put what's it called? Um Not Bane of Anthropods. Smite. Smite is what it's called. We've got a Smite 4 book there. We've got a Smite 4 book there. With efficiency and channeling, that doesn't matter. We've got another Smite with holding. There we go. Oh, Curse of the Vanishing, I didn't pay attention to that. So Smite's a good one. Yeah. And then we could put, like, Unbreaking? We do have an Unbreaking book there. And I think that's about all we can do with this thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. So let's go back to the fortress and try to get us some souls. So the last thing that we need to do, and that didn't take no time at all, I found a compressed um, wither skeleton, which when you kill them, they turn into 9 wither skeletons. Pretty nice. That made things a lot easier on me. So now what I should be able to do is take this Solium seed base. This goes in the middle. Our soul jars go on the outside, like so, and then we should have just our Supremium essence, and boom. This should make us the Wither seeds, and we can start getting Wither essence nice and easy. Perfect. We did complete some quests today. We completed the Nether questline here, which is pretty nice. And now that we have a little bit better armor and stuff, I think we can complete things like killing an Elder Guardian. We can look at going to the Twilight Forest and doing all the things that come with the Twilight Forest. We can go to the end and fight the dragon. And wrap up chapter challenges number 5, which is a bunch of things. Getting the Maze Breaker from the Twilight Forest, getting the Yeti armor from the Twilight Forest as well. Getting the Giant Sword, the Crumble Horn, the Huge Stalks. I believe almost all of this is from the Twilight Forest. The Clouds. I know this block is the Aurora block. Yeah, most of this is. The Bastion pattern, obviously, is the Nether, but drops from Giants. I believe this is the Twilight Forest. Yeah. I can craft it. Yeah, the Giant is me. That's the neat thing. But no, there's a bunch of quest lines that we can do. There's a bunch of other things that we need to do. Like, dang it, potentially looking into getting into the prosperity ore, which I thought, maybe not. I thought we could get this from a laser base. Really, is the only way that we can do this by sifting overworld matter? Really? Oh. Yeah, there's no prosperity essence or anything like that, so we might have to set up an auto crafting recipe where it makes overworld matter, and we automatically sifted. I think that's something we can look at. But I did want to get this armor and get the flight so that we could do our thing. It's super cool, man. It's super cool. I love modded for that reason. Also, we got this skull. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got that whilst killing a skeleton. So that was neat. Anyway, we got that from our beheading cleaver. Yep. But anyway, that is going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know the routine. Leave a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing if you're new. Check the description down below for all the different ways to follow me, including Twitter, Twitch, and Discord. There's links to my second channel and Patreon down there as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.